What is up, guys? It's me here. Just gonna fix my hair. It's bugging me. I had my headset on. Let's wait for some people to get in. Gonna discuss the trailer. You have Billy Goat. What's up, my dude? Tyrannosaurus, King Egypticus. Some of our usuals in here. Nice to see you guys again. We haven't done a stream, Mesozoic stream, in quite some time. That trailer was awesome. Thank you. It was very, 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 very well received. So many people are enjoying it. It's got so many likes, so many views, so many reactions, still things coming out. So I'm just so happy that trailer did well. So what's up? What are you guys' thoughts? Do you guys have any thoughts that you guys have had, rewatching it or over time, anything like that? Speculation, stuff like that. We're just going to discuss it. Any questions you guys have, I'm here to talk. I'm more willing to talk about more things now. Yes, only 1 minute in, and I didn't even get a notification yet. There you go. How many retakes do you do for each cut on average, or are you just that good? I'm gonna be honest, I'm just that good. I'm pretty good at sometimes there's specific shots like that Quetzalcoatl shot. Took about like 6-7 tries. So there's certain shots that take like 6 or 7 tries, and there's like normally like shots that I do in one take or like 2 takes. So I'd say the average is about 2 for most shots, and then the exceptional shot where it's like 6 or 7 takes. I watched it 3 times, and it gave me oh my god. I saw a baby T-Rex. Yes, you saw Red Tooth in there. Clearly an homage to Blood Tooth, because he is red like her. It was amazing. There was a good amount of dinosaurs shown. Yeah, it was a little slow. I was intentional. I was trying to bring back the kind of wonder and mystery of dinosaurs and stuff like that. Kind of hints at the name, Secret Majesty. Tell me if the fan's too loud. It's just hot up here, so I have the fan on. Yeah, so I think it more than made up for it. Multiple people, including Spino Dude and even Camo, said in his reaction, like, show me some dinosaurs, because it was taking some time to show it. But I really wanted to take its time to let the trailer really breathe and go to its max potential. For me, I like one take, 10 shots in a row, then spend 20 minutes on one shot, one short bit of footage. Yeah, that's kind of how it is for me too. The lag, there's a lot of lag. Is that just for you? Fun fact, that trailer was the first YouTube vid I watched on the TV. Oh, really? That's awesome. So did you like see it and then you went to watch it on the trailer, like, or on the TV, or did you see the trailer and then you watched it again on the TV? I'm curious if you went out of your way to make your first experience on the TV. I actually showed my parents on the TV early before it actually came out, and they loved it. My parents are really proud of me for that. Blue looked amazing. Yeah, blue looks awesome. I have some great blue shots that I haven't shown. I've been telling this to my friends, like my close friends like Gibson or Bionoclesaurus. A lot of the best shots didn't make it into the trailers because a lot of them are spoilers, and I didn't want to give away certain shots because you actually get a really good mix of the lowest end of the shots. There are some shots there that I'm not too happy with the focus, like the iguanodon coming really close up to the camera. It didn't focus quite as well as I wish it did, but it looked good on the camera's little thing, and it just didn't turn out quite as good on a bigger screen. So, but those are things I just can't go back and reshoot because I already filmed all of the shots with water in them. We went all the way up there because it's a really long hike up there, so we wanted to get all the water shots done first. And also just my limit with the winter coming and stuff and limited time to film, I can't reshoot a bunch of shots. It's just not going to happen. So unfortunately, there are shots that are going to be, lackluster. But with time and experience, this will improve throughout the seasons. I do know that Mesozoic is not going to be flawless. There are going to be flaws, but it's learning from them that is the key. Holy crap! I did not expect a straight answer, but Jesus, you are good. What are you asking about? Oh, you mean the average thing? Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry that I didn't make a reaction. I can't handle my voice. I just want to say your trailer is amazing. Well, thank you so much. I'm just glad you enjoyed it. You made a very thoughtful comment. So many of you guys just made amazing, super thoughtful and nice comments. I just have been loving the heck out of reading the comments. There's just so many amazing comments, and I've watched Bioniclesaurus and Camosaurus and Dino Man's reactions like over 10 times each. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, literally over 10 times. It's approaching 20 for Camo and Bioniclesaurus because their shows have been out longer. I just love watching their legitimate reactions. It's just the best thing. I'm just so happy right now. On the TV, it was even more stunning. Yes. So, yep, it was so beautiful. I took the time to figure that out. Oh, so you did watch it first, and then you went to watch on the TV after? Yeah, Kate got one shot. Yes. And Dino Man got it on the head. First off, she like every shot she's in, she has spoilers. But that one shot she didn't. Actually, just in front of her, there is a big spoiler. But I managed to find a shot where there was no spoilers in the shot with her. But either way, he also did say that Kate is a huge part of the story, and she is a massive part. She is a massive antagonist. But she's not the only antagonist by far, and she's because, like I said, it's a influx of new animals in the territory that is creating the issue. It's not just one individual, and so there's actually characters that are bigger problems than Kate. If that's hard, or if that's something for you to believe at all, like that, there are bigger problems. Yeah, I'd recommend practicing a lot with manual focus. Autofocus just doesn't always work. Yeah. That's the thing. My camera doesn't have manual focus. It sucks. I have to like tap. Or I have some manual focus. I can like tap until it's focused on certain things, but it's other than that, it's like a lower end like convenience type Canon camera. So I'm planning on upgrading it for season 2. Hopefully once I get some more money so I can upgrade it. But that is unfortunately a limitation I have. I think I'm doing pretty good with it though. Pretty good. Its autofocus is pretty dang good because that shot where it changed focus on the sky from the trees to the sky, that did it all by itself. I didn't do any of that. So that was really great. And the moon shot, typically cameras and stuff cannot get good shots of the moon. This camera got an amazing moon shot. A lot of people thought it was the sun for some reason, but that is the moon. I don't really have many night scenes planned. I would like to get some night scenes in, but that was mostly just a B-roll shot, maybe for the passage of time and stuff. I do have that planned for one scene in particular. I bet the Apato scene would look great with a vintage filter, seeing how the figure is pretty retro looking. Yeah, that figure is pretty retro looking, and yet again intentional because of the lore. I like how you use the Planet Earth 2 soundtrack. It fits so well. I know it is an amazing soundtrack. Eric or Dino Man got a little upset because apparently he was going to use it for something for Yachtcon Island. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I guess I used that. I'm glad I used it because he likes it, and it's just an amazing theme song. It's an absolutely stunning theme song. I gave birth and put you in me. That is an interesting comment, Billy Goat. Kiki, do you like Dinosaur Archipelago? I have not seen it yet. Is that your series, Stupid? I'm just going to call you Stupid like Bionicle does, as short. I have not seen your channel yet. I have to watch that. I'm still intending to because all of the Dino Awards things, that has anything to do with it, then that tells me that you're pretty popular. Got some pretty cool stuff going on. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing that. That came out the wrong way. Oh, well. So I might not be able to stay for long since I got to go edit the video. Yeah, you do that. I got to see that video, Fiasco, because so far you've only left some interesting comments. Like I think on the trailer you just put okay. I don't know if you're like disappointed with the trailer or if you are not trying to reveal your emotions or something, but that was a little off-putting. I didn't realize that you weren't going to share your opinion. You're a very vocal person on your opinion, so maybe it's just you're just saving it for that. So very interested to see what you have to say. So please prioritize that video. Spider legs were so warm from that night day. Ankylosaurus. I made a Dinosaur Archipelago night episode featuring the nocturnal Dakota Raptor. That is cool. That's very cool. Hans Zimmer is an absolute god of composing soundtracks. Yes, he absolutely is. A lot of people complain about how loud his music is, but the volume, frequency, all that kind of stuff is all components of music. And if you use it properly, then you can make an absolutely gorgeous track. And Hans Zimmer is one of my favorite composers. He does great on Interstellar. That's one of my favorites that he has done. And Planet Earth 2 is another one of my favorites from him. Dynoman said he wanted to make a short Yukon Island documentary using Planet Earth, the Planet Earth soundtrack. That's what it is. Oh, is that in a stream? I might have heard something, overheard something like that. I think maybe I was doing something and listening to his stream in the background. I think I remember something like that. Hans Zimmer and Michael Giacchino make some great music. Yeah, some of Michael Giacchino's older stuff is great. He did some great stuff on Jurassic World. That was pretty good, but I prefer Hans Zimmer, if I'm being honest. I prefer to be nicknamed Sketchy. Sketchy. Okay, there you go. I'll call you Sketchy from now on. I was just teasing you. I'm not actually going to call you stupid. I was just teasing you because that's what Bionicle said. I got a cheap GoPro thing. I can't use it yet, but once I get the SD card, I will start to test film. Cool. Hans Zimmer, Lion King. You forgot the Lion King, Kiki. What about the Lion King? Did one of them compose the Lion King? Oh, by the way, since you were wondering yesterday, the new Season 5 trailer is scheduled to drop tomorrow at 10 a.m. Okay, 10 a.m. your time. That's 11 a.m. my time. Okay. Awesome. T's on the way. Yes. So, oh, he did compose for the Lion King? I did not know that. That is cool. Well, that's why it's so legendary then. I'm not too big of a fan of the Lion King soundtrack, to be honest. I mean, it's nice. I definitely recognize it as being talented, but I'm just not a fan. It's just not something I'm really interested in. But yes. So any speculation, any questions that you guys have about the trailer and stuff like that? Any thoughts that you guys have on it that have maybe changed or that you haven't shared yet? I'm here to listen and answer questions. Yeah. There will absolutely be dinosaurs, yeah. I like how that worked out with Camo because he was saying, show me some dinosaurs, and the first thing he sees is a Tapejara. The Stampede theme is especially chilling. I don't remember the Stampede thing. I've only seen Lion King like 3 times, and I was really young when I watched it. I'm just not big into cartoons, very specific ones I like. Especially Disney ones. I didn't see those very much. Maybe that is Elton John. We got shrooms. Troy's here with the shrooms. You won't see dinos. Remember, they aren't real dinos. Yeah, they're not real dinos, yeah. Even with the lore, they're not technically real dinosaurs because they're synthetically created. They're not actually related to dinosaurs. Was the orangey brown Tyrannosaur the Carnegie Gorgo? It's not Carnegie. It's just a Safari Limited Gorgo. But yeah, it is. Apparently, Dynoman thinks that figure is ugly. I adore that figure. I love that figure to death. But apparently he thinks it's ugly. So I'm not sure with that. I'm going to go into Mesozoic Isle completely blind. Like, are you saying you're just going to, like, not... I'm not exactly sure what you meant by that. Please emphasize, I guess, a little more. Will there be Cenozoic creatures, prehistoric mammals in the series? Not Cenozoic stuff. Well, I guess there'll be Cenozoic creatures, like things that live modern day time. So that kind of Cenozoic stuff, you'll see some of that. There are some Paleozoic animals on there, like Dimetrodon and Inostrancevia are on there. You will see a Dimetrodon character in Season 1. You'll see an Inostrancevia in Season 2. But lore-wise, they have a couple species they really wanted to create and test some things on and put on Mesozoic Isle before they actually create Paleozoic Isle and move the Paleozoic stuff to that place instead. And though they are really struggling, like Dimetrodon and Inostrancevia really struggle to keep up under the weight of the dinosaurs because they're such efficient animals. So they're really struggling to hold on. So it's really for their best interest to be on a separate island. Too much competition. I bet there is going to be at least one bird in the show, so technically, yes. Yeah, there's actually a living bird that I have in a B-roll shot that's really cool. I really like that when it flies past the sun, which is actually really cool. And it was completely accidental. I also have some shots of some fish, like real living fish that we actually saw and came up to. My speculation as of now, in an earlier stream, you stated that there will be an invasive species. I believe that the sailfish is an invasive species. No, that I can actually confirm the sailfish is a unique species to Mesozoic Isle. It's very colorful, and it lives like convergently like salmon, and it migrates up into freshwater streams, and it breeds. That's why it's really beautifully colored. And the Baryonyx character Jasmine, she's actually trying to take advantage of the sailfish run and get some big plumpy food in her. So that's what's going on there. Trying to bamboozle us. To have the Safari Ltd. Gorgosaurus in 1980 press office. No. Oh, you have it. Yeah, those are great figures. I love those. I've had those since I was really, really young. But the Gorgo is a replacement for one that my dog chewed its foot off. So that's a newer Gorgo. It's in really good condition. I'm not going to watch any trailers or reviews of it when it comes out. I'm just going to watch it and forge my own opinion. There you go. Cool, cool, cool. Why not any trailers, though? That's a little interesting. You seen the new Schleich Spino? Oh, yeah, yeah. David, or Spino Dude, showed that to me as soon as it was revealed, and that thing looks absolutely amazing. So far, the one 2019 figure I'm looking forward to the most is the Camarasaurus, which was given to Bionicosaurus by Safari Ltd. That's the one I'm most excited for by far. But the only figure from 2019 that's actually putting that one in check for my top spot of most wanted figure for 2019 is that Schleich Spino. None of the other Safari stuff. It's that Schleich Spino. For me, there's two versions I'd like to see in a figure. And either way, because Safari, because Spinosaurus is so jumbled and we know so little about it and it's so controversial right now, the one thing I want in a figure is the very key things that we know that are accuracy points that you have to hit. You have to hit those. But leg length, I don't care, as long as it looks cool. If it's a short-legged quadrupedal one or short-legged bipedal Spinosaurus, then it has to look really cool for me to like it. And if it's a longer leg bipedal one, it has to look really cool for me to like it. Currently, the Carnegie Spinosaurus is still my favorite, but I think this one might be better in quality. And I'm just super, super excited for that new Schleich Spino. Yeah, go into Dino Nation. It's on Dino Nation, Bionicosaurus. Go check it out. It looks absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. But unfortunately, in the same line, they're also doing a really old Schleich-style Nodosaurus, which is kind of unfortunate. They're not doing all their stuff like the early 2018 stuff, like the Satako. Where is the Cenozoic period, Camo? What? Are you talking about the 2014 Spino? It's a new one. What do you mean? Or I'll be back and I have to check it out. Yeah. Go check that out. I love that. I love that way that the invasive species thing, that way more than the, oh yeah. The invasive species thing is more to do with hybrid animals and mutated animals. Like the species name for the mutation animals is Provectus. That is the title that's given to any animal that's a mutated animal or altered away from what they're trying to. There's the normal species that they're trying to represent the actual animals, and then there's the mutated ones that they're trying to alter them to a scientific study or something like that. Lore-wise, actually, I'll give you guys a little bit of a new info here. Lore-wise, the Allosaurus Provectus, which is represented by the Papo-Allosaurus, is a lot larger than the normal Allosaurus. It's a very slender and muscular animal that's very agile. So they made it bigger to try to test some things based off of that. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And also, Allosaurus is very good at healing and mending itself and regeneration. And so they're using this Allosaurus as an extreme example to study the Allosaurus's mending capabilities. And also, these Allosaurus Provectus are actually immune to cancer. So they're trying to figure that out for studies to make money off of, curing cancer for humans. So that's a thing that's being done with this Allosaurus Provectus there. Now, there is a character in the show called Allie, and she's an Allosaurus Provectus. And many Provectus individuals, not many of them make it onto the island. A lot of them are just kept inside containment facilities in the other islands that the humans are operating from. No humans are allowed on Mesozoic Isle. That is just completely observation only. these Allosaurus purvectus, well, a lot of purvectus animals that are released on the island, unless there's a specific study around reproduction, they're actually made infertile, so they can't influence the population, the genes of the actual population of animals on the island. So she's infertile, and she can't have any children, so no other Allosaurus are going to end up being mutated and very efficient like her. She's a very unique individual, but she's an example of what would be kind of like an invasive species, kind of disrupting a bunch of stuff. She, as an individual, is not very bad, but there's other ones very similar to her that are more invasive, which are a decent part of the plot for this, but not too big. What channel donation? Check Lounge, the Lounge. Challenge, the Lounge. Yeah, they already said Lounge. Okay, what do we have here? Do you like the Carnegie Mammoth figure, General Warsaw? Yeah, my brother actually has it in his room. It's pretty nice. It's a really nice figure. I'm not a huge fan of mammoths in general, so it's not too appealing to me. But as quality-wise, it's fantastic. What? No Styracosaurus? What do you mean? Are you talking about like how excited I am? Styracosaurus looks absolutely stunning. Don't get me wrong, but I really wanted that figure because we need a Styracosaurus, but I'm not too super interested in Styracosaurus itself. Also, I'm hoping that they fix the curvature of the horns. They're a little bugging me how they're like almost straight back rather than straight up. I know they do need a little bit curvature to the actual horns themselves, or the epicetals. Yeah, I'm really like the Camarasaurus a lot more, and that's just an animal I really want to get in my collection. And then the Spinosaurus, I just love Spinosaurus. It's awesome, and that figure just looks amazing. So I just have to, yeah, I like it. I don't know if it's better than the Styracosaurus, but it's one I want more. That's the way I put it. I really like the Douglas scene when he was jumping out of the water. I love that you remembered his name. That's awesome. Yeah, that scene came out really, really great. That's actually a scene we had to kind of go back and shoot in a river that isn't actually the exact same place we filmed some other shots, but it fits in with the shot I need it for perfectly. And hint, hint, wink, wink, Dynaman kind of hit it on the nail with clever editing. There's a lot of trick editing that is going on in that that makes certain things look like they're a part of the same scene, but they're not. The Spinosaurus v. Deinosuchus part is definitely one of them. I'm not saying that they don't fight, but that particular scene you were seeing where he was weighting his mouth and using his pressure sensors to feel for fish under the water, and then Douglas jumping out at him, that is not the same scenes. That's not from the same scene. Also, the Stegosaurus looking up and then Blue looking down, those are also unrelated, but it looked nice, and what Blue is actually looking down at, I don't want to spoil, so I needed to use something else. And actually, that Stegosaurus isn't even actually looking up. It's actually making a roar sound, which is kind of fun, but I made it look like it was looking up, which is pretty cool. Which is more successful in Mesozoic Isle, Utahraptor or Tyrannosaurus? Ooh, that's a good question. I would say Tyrannosaurus, because they're a little bit more widespread. They've gone into other territories more than Utahraptor has. Utahraptor is pretty confined. They're pretty well confined, at least. But they're also very successful. You're not going to get to see too much Utahraptors in season 1. You get to see a nice Utahraptor scene in the prologue episode, which you guys saw a little bit of in the trailer, and one nice scene in that's a pretty interesting, that's actually in the show. But that's basically it. There's just 2 scenes, including Utahraptors in the whole show on season 1. But season 2, there's a whole plot line around a Utahraptor pack, which I'm really, really, really looking forward to. We also have Dakota Raptors in season 2, but they're just side characters without names. That is a good question, though. I can't find anything new on the Schleich Spino. Is it 2018 or 2019? 2019. Mesozoic Isle is my favorite DI series, even before the trailer, and now it's even more than #1 on my list. Sorry, Gibbon. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're loving the series so far. I hope it really lives up to all your expectations. I'm really excited for it. Actually, I just had my script editor reading through some more stuff, and he's really loving the script so far. He had some pointers. He said it was a little fast-paced. But he said that it was probably also because he was reading a specific version that didn't really have any of the breather shots in between. So I'm hoping that's what he was talking about. But he also said he had a big comment that I kind of wanted to share because it's a little hyping me, because I wrote this scene 3 years ago. And so it's been used to it in my head, but he brought up this point that there's this one scene in the show that is extremely shocking. Like, it's a big shock value. Nothing even remotely close to this has ever happened in DI series before, but it's a very, it's a scene that's kind of representing parts of nature that we don't really get represented too much, and that's very interesting. And it's pure shock value. He said it took him way off guard that happened, and that I was pulling that off. But he hasn't responded to me yet. I'm asking him if he wants me to improve it or not. But my sister, she absolutely loved it. She thought it was great. But I thought I'd share that with you guys because I was really excited when he was telling me about that and how it really shocked him. What about a Mirror Gaia? Is it going to be in the series? Mirror Gaia, I would love to have in the series. If we do Mirror Gaia, it'll probably be in season 2. I don't have the figure, the Carnegie one, but I do plan on making it in season 2 for a certain story. So I do plan on using it as a background thing, and probably not a character. I already have so many characters in season 2. I don't want to add too many. I've tried looking and no luck. It's in Lounge. Somebody repost it. Hey, Spino Dude, actually, could you post the picture of the 2019 Spino in the chat here so they can see it? That would be great. Oh, Jesus, that doesn't even look like a Schleich figure. Wow. Yeah, right? Why does your brother have his Carnegie Mammoth in his room, but he keeps the Papo Rex in your room? JK, don't really care. That's because that one's he really likes, and he felt like it fit well in here. He wanted me to hold on to it, and I don't really have room for the Mammoth anyways, but I'm not really interested in it, so he just has it in his room. So that's why it's in here. Also, it may be making an appearance in Mesozoic Isle, so it's sitting with the rest of the figures. That may be a pretty big reason I was kind of skimming over there. When is the prologue episode scheduled to come out? Not sure yet. I'm waiting for the whole show to be kind of like close to finished editing and everything. That's why I didn't really put a month date or anything in the trailer, because I'm giving myself some wiggle room because of the delays and stuff that we've had. So I'm waiting for everything to be finished first. Then I'll tell you guys exactly when it's going to come out. But the prologue episode will come out 2 weeks before the first episode. So, and then every episode after that is coming out once a week. So it'll be a week schedule coming out every Friday. But the prologue episode will come out 2 weeks before the first episode. It'll be kind of like a promotional thing for the actual show, because it doesn't have much plot going on for it, but it has a lot of lore stuff and like a warm-up thing for you. But it is a part of the show in many respects, but it'll come out a little bit earlier than any of the other episodes. God dang it, I feel it now, compelled to put that Schleich Spino in DI. Well, you could make a new Spinosaurus character. That'd be pretty cool. Does anyone know where I can see the new Schleich Spino without Discord? Yeah, Spino Dude just posted it in there. I'm reading this a little late because it's taking a while. I'm literally screaming when I was holding my phone. That is Schleich. Will you use any 2019 figures from Mesozoic Isle? Yes, absolutely. Not for this season. They're probably not going to be out in time, and I already have everything planned. But for season 2, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm hoping we'll get some new Allosaurus figures, because I plan a whole Allosaurus storyline, and I want to have like Spino Dude repaint them, and I have a whole Allosaurus pack. I think it'd be a really cool new storyline to add in. I really love Allosaurus, and I have this pretty cool idea for it. So season 2, hopefully if we get new Allosaurus, then we'll get that. If not, then I'll just commission Kayakasaurus to make me a new Allosaurus model, if neither Collecta or Safari make one. So I need that. Exactly. If I didn't know, I'd think it was Collector something. That's exactly what I thought it was. I'm just the image of Hyperdoodle. Can somebody send me a link to the Discord? I gotta the link to the Discord. Link to it on Discord. Well, you're on Discord, you know. But it's right there. Hey Aiden, you want to make me co-host? I will call you Papa. Oh my God. We're reserving co-host for people. We decided to make the threshold 500 subscribers. You have to have 500 subscribers and be considered a community leader. Like, you have a big representation. You're a good example for the community. If you're a community leader, then you can qualify as a co-host, and we'll be more than happy to accept you. So I got a question. What trailer will we see the Monster Commander Rex? It's a good question. You're not going to see it in any trailer. You have to wait for the show to actually come out. I have an amazing reveal scene for it, and I do not want to spoil that at all. It's just know that it looks awesome. Spider Dude can vouch for me. It looks absolutely amazing. It'll be great when you see it. But yet again, I'm glad you brought this up. I do want to mention everybody who's hyped out for the Monster Commander Rex, do remember it's only in 2 episodes in season 1. It's not a very big part of season 1. It's a bigger part of season 2. So don't expect it to be in this very much. It makes more of a cameo, but it's still really awesome to see. So the rest of the story, it's not really involved in the story in this one. It's just kind of like a foreshadowing for season 2, where it's a much bigger part. But don't worry. Season 2 is going to give you plenty of Monster Commander Rex. Awesome scenes. It's just really awesome. Okay, I'll stop yammering on about the Spino now. Well, it's time to bring S. Egypticus back. It's the Vitae Giga. What's the Vitae Giga? Does anyone know how I can get the Safari LTD Gorgosaurus in 98? I don't know. The Safari Gorgosaurus, it took me a long time to find it again after my dog destroyed it. So it took me a while. I actually had to buy a whole lot. I have the video on YouTube. Look it up. It's called Unboxing 11 Dinosaur Figures, I think it's called. And just put Unboxing 11 Dinosaur Figures, Kiki's Little 101. I think that's it. And you should see that I had to buy this whole lot just to get that Gorgosaurus. I got a lot of cool figures out of it, though. So it might be pretty hard to get. Are there any images of the Gigas as well? What do you mean? Giga as well. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Because a website said that there will always be a Giga. What do you mean? I'm a little confused. Gotta run. Catch you guys later. Sorry. Okay, see you, Spino Dud. I'm a little confused by what you're talking about, Vitali. Want to see it more. Yeah, it's not going to be in too much, but trust me, the scenes where Monster Commander Rex is in it is awesome. There's also the hybrid Bora Venator, which has been revealed. It is in season 1. It's awesome. Bora Venator is pretty awesome. You guys may have gotten already a hint at it or have seen it, but it's a pretty cool animal. And it has many scenes in season 1. It's not nearly as cool as Monster Commander Rex, which is really awesome. And by the way, our good man Spino Dude here accidentally did reveal that the custom figure by Kayakasaurus is the Monster Commander Rex. So I wanted to reveal that to you all. Kayakasaurus did create the Monster Commander Rex. He made my my animal real. It's a dream come true. It's absolutely phenomenal. Just wonderful piece of artwork. So if that gives you any hint at because of how great his work is, then you should know how cool this thing looks. No, Bora Venator. You butt nugget. It's Bora Venator. Like it means the best hunter. That's what it means. Are you one of those Spino fans that gets triggered when a Spinosaurus loses a fight? Sorry if I already asked this question when my phone died. No, absolutely not. I'm a big Spinosaurus fan, but it's not in my top 10 favorite dinosaurs at all. Like, I'm not a huge Spinosaurus fan. I just love the animal. It's amazing. But I've always been the person that has said that Spinosaurus is an amazing, huge animal. But if it were to get in a fight with a Spinosaurus or a Tyrannosaurus or something like that, I think that a T-Rex would win just because of bite force. It's more built for fighting than a Spinosaurus is. Spinosaurus is a specialist animal, but then again, it's alligator. And in this scenario, Tyrannosaurus is the alligator, and you have the swan or whatever that's I meant to say heron, I believe, not swan. Heron, which is the Spinosaurus. Will Monster Commander Rex have an actual name, or will it just be called by its species? Oh, it has a name. It has a name that's very iconic, I believe. It'll be very awesome. Awesome name. I'm actually planning on releasing a teaser possibly soon that'll hint at its name. So keep an eye out for that. Kiki, have you heard of the Soron? Yes, I've heard of everything from Toa. I know the whole story from Toa. It's an absolutely phenomenal story. I've been helping Spino Dude out with a lot of the script work. He had a great foundation. I've just been helping him make it a really great story. It's such a focused story. It doesn't have too many characters at all. It's so focused, so amazing. It's absolutely great. It's going to be such a great show, guys. If you guys are excited for Mesozoic Isle, be excited for Toa. It's a 6-episode or 6-part series, and it's going to be freaking awesome. It's going to be freaking awesome. I kind of want to make a cross-promotion thingy promoting Toa and my series, since I'll be using that figure as a retro acro. Cool, cool, cool. Imagine typing a script on a typewriter. That would be pretty cool, but it'd be very tedious. Are you one of the... No, I already read that. A website said that there will be a Giga from Schleich, and I asked if there are any images of it. Oh, no. There's the Nodosaurus and the Spinosaurus. I thought you were talking about Mesozoic Isle. I will freeze my arms and legs solid for the 2 figures. What I miss? Screw you, Aiden. I love Monster Commander Rex. Now DI is my favorite series, JK. Let's catch back up. Bora Venator, a figure of a real-life species, or is it a custom fig as well? It's not a custom figure, but it's a interesting figure that doesn't really look like any other animal. So that's what I use it as. But it will be it's one of the few hybrids that there's multiple individuals of on the island, unlike Monster Commander Rex, which is there's only one individual on the island. So Bora Venator you'll see in numbers at times, but I plan on having a newer rendition. There'll be like a up-to-date version, just like all the other dinosaurs get updated, and like some have feathers added to them and stuff with different species and genuses, depending on the animal. But with Bora Venator is one of the few hybrids that actually keeps getting made. So for season 2, I actually think I might want to have Kayakasaurus make a newer version of it that looks a little different and a little bit more unique from the one that we have there. Spinosaurus could beat Spinosaurus Kikizilla. Yes. Is that what I said? It smacked me in the face. The stream lagged. The spoon loses spoon in Discord. Same. Okay, good. Oh, okay. It was lagging for a bit there. That sucks. I just heard like alligator 5 times in a row. I like the comparison you made on Fiasco Stream a while back about T-Rex being a wolf to Spino Swan. Yeah, something like that. That's a really good analogy. Yeah. Oof. Toa is getting me so hyped. Yeah, Toa is great. Toa is great. It's not as good as Mesozoic Isle. I'm just kidding. It's great. Honestly, it's just like with movies. I have certain movies that I really like. There's like genres and stuff. And Toa is like a completely different type of story than Mesozoic Isle is. Mesozoic Isle is a larger scale thing. It's less like narrowly focused. It's a bigger event type story. And then Toa is more of a like personal, very focused story with a very few characters. And there's room for all those in the community. And I'm really glad that he's finally doing that, because a lot of people really get overly excited and want to make a lot of characters and shove them in there. And I definitely did that when I originally wrote Mesozoic Isle. But at this point, I've actually made it work, and it's really, really, really cool. I just got off the school campus. What's going on? We were talking about Mesozoic Isle. Is Monster Commander Rex big or small? It's huge, if the name gives you any idea. As big. I think I found the Schleich Spino. Will you stop, Fiasco? I'm gonna remove your moderator if you keep cussing, my dude. I think I found the Schleich Spino. Do you think the Bandai Godzilla, Ultraman, and Gamera figures are ridiculously expensive? Yes. Yeah, they are pretty expensive. Haven't been collecting them in a long time. So did you check out the trailers for PA? Trailers for PA, they're out? I haven't seen it yet. Mesozoic Isle gives me a... Jesus, stop it. Just stop making these remarks, Billy Goat. Stop it, or I'm gonna punish you. I know people aren't interested in sports, but yesterday's Browns won. The interesting for anybody interested in sports. That's very cool. I'm not one of those people, but Project Apex. I mean, I've seen the Apex things, like the one I saw on the stream when I did a live reaction to. So yeah. I'll unmod you if you keep cursing, says the guy who curses like a sailor. Yeah. Yeah, I do. But I have a professional face on, Gibson. Just shut up, okay? Tios is wiping all the trailers. Okay. So, yeah. Any more questions or speculation type stuff? Let's keep this discussion up. What are you gonna punish me with? JK, I'm sorry, I'll stop now. I have a button right here called put user in timeout. And I also have a button called hide user from channel. I can use those on you, Billy Goat. I'm just teasing you. I need a meat mallet and some aspirin. Oh my god, that's funny. So yeah, I'm super hyped for you guys to see Mesozoic. It'll hopefully come out really soon. I don't know who Iris is. There's the girl with the glasses. That's interesting. I kind of figured that one of them would die, but neither of them did. Like Franklin or that girl. Did you know Iris? That's the same thing I read. Are the characters in the season 1 going to primarily be solitary, or will there be a great deal of herds and packs? That's a good question. Primarily solitary or in pairs. There's a lot of pairs in season 1, but there's a lot of stuff like like mingling of different groups and stuff like that, where they cross each other, not really join, but they cross paths and then they affect each other's stories and stuff. It's a wide-scale event. There's a lot of unnamed characters. There's a lot of named characters because it's very chaotic. It's supposed to give off the impression of a chaos because there's so many different things flooding into the same environment at the same time, and it's causing a lot of chaos, and the whole environment's being thrown out of balance, and our beloved characters are being put to the test. Iris, who raised Maisie. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm going to show you a pic of my hybrid in Mesozonia, Aiden. Okay, cool. I will check that out after the stream. I'm excited for 2 reasons now. What's the other reason? How old is your Oscar fish? Oh, him? He's just over a year old. He's freaking out right now. It looks really green because of the light, and also I haven't sucked out the water again to get rid of the algae, so it's going green again, but he's over in that corner over there. He's just kicking up all the dirt because he's pissed off. Oscars are moody fish. They're very moody fish. What type of fish is that? It's massive. Oh, was he moving around? Yeah. There's 2 plecos in there, which are plecostomus. That's their full name. And they are like the sucker fish you see. If you're ever getting a fish tank, a lot of people get them as algae eaters. They're terrible algae eaters. Once they get big, they don't eat algae like at all. They won't clean up your tank at all. This is free floating algae. So they, and they'll throw fits and like uproot plants and stuff like that. But they also get huge. These fish get 2 feet long when they're fully grown. And if you keep them in a small tank, they'll die prematurely. Most fish will live very long, over 10 years. All the fish I have in there will live up to 20 years. But they're all in that's even their baby nursery tank. I'm going to get them a 200 gallon. It's going to be like, 5 times the size of that. So, that's not even their fully grown tank yet, but they still can be in there for a little bit. Some of you guys might remember the shark looking one that went around there, the catfish guy. He actually died. He jumped out of the tank. He busted the lid open and fell out of the tank when I wasn't paying attention, and he died. He dried out, unfortunately. It really made me sad because I loved that fish, but at least I won't have to build a pond for him because those fish get 3 feet long. So, and they're known as tank busters, but he did unfortunately die. I got a pleco, but she got murdered. Aw. Well, if you're not planning on getting a big tank, don't get a pleco again. I'm a gecko owner, so I'm not planning on getting a fish. Cool. Everyone with their characters, and then there is PA with no actual characters and 1 even names. Okay. How old? Did I miss anything? What figures do you enjoy filming with / puppeting the most, and which have been more of a struggle? I know for me, certain figures I like to work with more than others. Yeah, I really like working with Papo figures a lot. They look so great on camera, and I've been doing some really great scenes with their mouth, using their mouth in a pretty cool way. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys react to the way that I've been using their jaws, so that'll be fun. So Papo ones I've been really enjoying. Other than that, like puppeting and stuff, I have some of the bigger ones like Blue. I've been really enjoying puppeting. I really don't like puppeting Red Tooth. He's a pain in the butt because I have to keep my hand out of the shot, and I want to change up the shots enough and just not have him in the corner of the screen all the time. But unfortunately, that's just a limitation we're going to have to accept because he's freaking tiny. I can't get him really close to the camera and focus on him because it can't focus on him when he's really close up and he's so tiny. So Red Tooth is a pain in the ass. It's just really, I don't like puppeting him very much. There's a couple scenes that really came out good though. He looks great. The detail on him looks great. And when I finish those shots, whoo, that is just so much weight off my shoulders. But dang, I hate puppeting him. I know, right? Papo figures just ooze realism all over the place the minute the camera comes on. Oh, yeah. There's some great stuff with the Papo figures. I have some figures that look possibly even better than some of the Papo ones. So we'll see how that works, like on camera. Like the PNSO Red Tooth, he looks really good. He matches Papo stuff in some scenes. There's a lot of more Papo in season 5 as opposed to season 4. It's been so fun. Yeah, season 4 was basically a giant like collector. I think you said that you were like a giant collector advertisement, which was pretty funny. But also it had a lot of Safari stuff as usual. Mine it's got so much Safari stuff, but it's got a nice mix. It's got some of the other stuff. It's really lacking collector because I have like my literal collector collection. You guys, if you saw my collection video, it's this wide on my shelf right now, and it goes back like this far. So a square that long and this wide is how big my collection is of collective stuff. So not much. And a lot of that stuff I'm saving for other seasons. So like Torvo. The Torvo I have plans for, but season 3. I'm using the Torvosaurus in season 3. What's an accurate Drysaurus from Safari Ltd? For what it's worth, Red Tooth's movements look amazing in the trailer. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's awesome because that means a lot because I really work hard on him and it's a pain in the butt. So I'm glad it looks good. I'm really happy with the one where he's hopping. I like it when he's hopping. He doesn't hop too much after that because he hops more when he's like happy, but and he's doing well. But then he's a little bit more drab when stuff gets a little tougher for him. I like how much old Wild Safari stuff you're using. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of that stuff in my collection, and I've been wanting to use that, and I've written characters around those and the looks of them. So a lot of that stuff's being used. I've still, like Maverick used to be the old Carnegie gray Quetzalcoatlus, but now he's the new Safari one. A lot of them have been updated. There's a great meme that Spino Dude made from a very specific scene that I've shown him of the very first version of Mesozoic Isle, like the first version of episode 1 I actually fully edited. And so he saw that, and he saw the one scene, and then he saw the new scene. I showed him the new version of the scene, and he made a meme on the top saying 144 pixels, 144p, and it was the old, it was with Rex, and it was with the old Carnegie, or no, just the old Safari T-Rex, the green one that I have. And then he showed the new version of him in a different scene where he was the new Papo green T-Rex, the newer Papo green T-Rex, and it says 4K. It's a pretty funny meme once you see it, but yeah, that you'll get to. A lot of the figures have been updated to make them look better, and so the show doesn't look as crappy. But there's only 4 Chinosaurs I'm using in the whole show, I believe, so that's pretty good. But they all look pretty decent. I can actually show you guys those Chinosaurs if you're interested. It's nice to see older figures getting attention. Yeah, a lot of the older figures are getting attention, especially in season 1, because a lot of them have to look outdated because that goes along with the lore. By season 3, almost everything will look scientifically accurate, like the most new models and stuff like that. So season 3 will be really fun to make because everything will look really great and it'll be new stuff, new models. But season 1 is a lot of old stuff, and then season 2 is like that mid point where you're kind of switching over to the newer stuff. For what it's worth, you already said that. Who wants an accurate dress? That would be awesome. What is your best filming effects? Best filming effects. I mean, I really like dolly shots. I used that one dolly shot on the Dilophosaurus, Bioniclosaurus, and Camosaurus. Notice that. That's when you either move the camera in on a figure and then zoom out as you're moving it in, or you move the camera away from the figure and zoom in at the same speed, and then it just makes the head of the Dilophosaurus stay the same size, but the whole background stretches and moves around it. It's really cool. It's great for something running at it and like them reacting. That's what that Dilophosaurus scene is. Something is charging at Violet, and that's her reaction, is like it's like all screaming, the dolly effect there. So that's a way to use that. It's a really fantastic shot. I highly recommend it. Camo did it in Cenozoic. He did an amazing job there. I think he did it for what's his name, Jared, when the Basilosaurus jumped out at him. He did that dolly shot. So you can do it with your phone. All you have to do is just move the phone back and then zoom in, or move the phone in and zoom out. And that's what I did for the Dilophosaurus, I believe. I believe I moved the camera in and zoomed out on her. So that's how I did that. Red Tooth, the Happy Hopper. Yes. Puppeting tiny figures is a pain. Yeah, it is. Spino Dude has this unlisted video from the OG Mesozoic called Red Tooth's Demise, and it's disturbing. Yeah, that is a funny video. That is just a hilarious video. If you guys haven't seen that, you're missing out. I don't think it's very easy to find, and I'm not really going to help you find it because I don't really want you to see it because it's pretty bad. But yeah, it's hilarious. It's very hilarious. I'm proud to say that throughout seasons 4, 5, 6, there are going to be 0 Chinosaurs, most likely. Cool. Good for you. I'm using the Chinosaurs because either I don't have figures that, represent that species, or they're not very easy to come by, or they're already written to the script for whatever reason, or they just look nice. Like this Iguanodon. Oh, that's not the Iguanodon. This Iguanodon looks great with that mother Iguanodon, the brown Carnegie one. They look fantastic together. It's just great. I love this little Chinosaur. It has the seam line, which kind of sucks, but other than that, the detail is actually really good. I think it's probably better detailed and more accurate than the Carnegie model. So, well, despite it had the lacking of toe claws, but other than that, that is just a really great Chinosaur that I'm using there. I'm not ashamed of that at all. And I'm also using this one, which is an Ankylosaurus or Massospondylus type thing. It's some kind of prosauropod, but I'm using it as a Massospondylus. It was originally an Ankylosaurus that I named Andy, but I've changed it to a Massospondylus that my sister named Manny. So his name is Manny, M-A-N-N-Y, and he's a decent character that shows up in there. And not really many prosauropod figures out there. There is like one decent one I actually saw in the reaction live stream that I did. There was one on somebody's show that it looked pretty nice, but yep, he's in there, and he's a little bit less accurate. He doesn't have the cheek pouches and stuff, so he fits there. And then I'm also using this thing as a Dryosaurus type, Camptosaurus type thing. I don't really know what I'm using it for yet, but it's just a corpse, so not really much attention brought to that. So this guy's being, eaten. So that's that. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I used to have, this was the old Red Tooth. In the original version of Mesozoic, this was the old Red Tooth, this Chinosaur Red Tooth. It doesn't look too bad, but that was the old version. The new version, he's younger, and so I've changed a lot of his scenes because of that. And I like his storyline better now. He actually has feathers because he's a Forterius. So he's one of the Tyrannosaurs that introduces feathers into the genus. He has feathers there, and this one didn't. But yeah, so little feathered guy, a little bit younger. He doesn't like fight anything like this guy did. He had some scuffles with some animals. There actually was a scene I've deleted and changed that he actually got into a fight with a Ceratosaurus in the original show. But he almost, like his story, his story is the same, but almost all of his scenes are changed now. So he's a very different character now. He's more of like a spectator than an actual contributor to the plot. He has his own storyline, which is pretty isolated from the rest, but he's affected by his surroundings in the story. So I wish the Collecta Iguanodon and Starak were more usable, but they are both huge. Yeah, those are both really huge. I love the Styracosaurus too. Safari Season 1, Episode 5, The Morrison. Is there a villain? Oh, that's a good question. There is no... I don't like to call them villains because that puts like an evil connotation to it. I like to have motivations to all my characters. There's many antagonists, though. I would call them antagonists. There's many different antagonists. There's not one in particular that's the main antagonist. It's just the whole story is about an event it's brought by a storm. a storm hits Hidden Valley, and an influx of rain makes a whole bunch of new growth, but then and it brings in like opens up canals for like riverways and stuff, and opens up new ways into Hidden Valley. So all these new animals are coming in, but then they're getting lost because of the wall of trees in the mountains. They can't find their way out. So they're all getting stuck inside Hidden Valley. There's this giant population of animals, and this very isolated population of animals that have been isolated for many, many years. And so all these new animals are disrupting the balance of power. There's so many new herbivores, and there's new carnivores that follow them in, and everything's just going to whack. And so there's so many different antagonists. It's more of an event story, like I said. It's about the environment, you know, getting disrupted and trying to find balance again. And all the characters that we attach ourselves to are, you know, trying to survive the event and find a new way of life, or just escape whatever your method of dealing with it is. There's many different ways of dealing with it, but yeah, that's the gist of the story. So really, if there's a villain, it's the event itself. It's not really you know, a specific animal. And I like to have motivation, so none of them are really purely evil. No animal is really purely evil, but there are definitely characters people aren't going to like. That's for sure. And some may not even be carnivores. Just saying. It was on Dynaman's likes or something. Yeah, I'm bored of that human being. I'm that bored of that. What? Well, I don't actually understand what you're saying there. How do you puppeteer pterodactyls? You mean pterosaurs? Or so far off the ground? Do you climb a tree to do that? Oh, I'm glad you think it's really high. I mean, that was just, I just have a tripod set up on a trail, and actually just off the trail, the hill goes down a little bit. So I'm actually on a hill, and then there's the trees there, and I just whip it past the camera. That's all I do. It's just about getting it right, trying it. That's one of the shots that took me like 6 or 7 times to get it right. That's actually the last shot I got, which is the best one by far. I hope you pull a Gibson and make more seasons. That's one thing I can guarantee you that's not going to happen. Mesozoic Isle is a 3-part story. And I think that's the best way to do a story, is to have a clear set ending. Dinosaur Island, even though he did bring it back for another 3 seasons, he has a clear set ending. Season 6 is the end. It's over. So it has an end in sight, which is great for a story, because you want to end it on its own terms. You don't want to end it once it stops getting popular. And so Mesozoic Isle is a 3-part story, but don't worry, we will return to Mesozoic Isle in one way or another, but it'll probably be through short films or other things like that. We won't do the season format anymore after season 3 is over. We will return to Mesozoic Isle immediately after with a full feature-length film after season 3. It's called Mesozoic Seas, and that's about just the sea life, not really the freshwater life, but the sea life in Mesozoic Isle, so the sea around it, and we get to follow a specific character that goes through that little adventure, and you get to learn. It's more of like an educational thing, but it has its own story to it as well. And then we go into Cenozoic Isle, which is another season format, and then we go into Paleozoic Isle, which is another season format, and possibly a Cenozoic Isle season 2, just because there's enough figures I probably could do that if I get a good idea. But currently, I just have 1 season for Cenozoic Isle and Paleozoic Isle planned, and some other cool stuff after that, like short films and stuff planned. And we actually have some more really exciting stuff that'll be revealed really soon after Mesozoic Isle season 1 is revealed. So keep your eye out. You're going to be getting some crazy cool stuff revealed. And also the website is underway. Like, I've been working on it by myself. My people have been busy and stuff. They haven't really been working on too much, so I've been trying to do that. But I'm getting the skeleton done, and then I'll be getting some information in there so you guys can check out the website, and the website will be done pretty soon, hopefully, or ready for public eyes. Do you have any tips on how to execute the dolly zoom better? It's so hard to get it looking right. Yeah, it's just it's about, if you have a good zoom feature where you can actually zoom it, like mine has this little wiggle thing here, and I can control how fast it zooms in and out. If you have something like that on your camera, it's really useful, because then you can if you get good at zooming and practicing a lot, I would practice zooming. Just zoom at anything, you know, just point your camera at something, zoom it, move your camera around and practice zooming with moves. And you just have to kind of synchronize the motion of moving it backwards and zooming it so that they match each other almost equally. And that's how you get that really cool effect. And it's really hard to pull off. I didn't pull it off perfectly. Violet's face, her head changes size a little bit, but either way, it's really, really great. Um, let's see. Will there be aquatic characters? In season 1, only aquatic character is Douglas, which is the Deinosuchus. And he's the only one that's a character in season 1 that's aquatic. But you will get some more aquatic characters throughout season 2 and 3. And like, or semi-aquatic to aquatic, you will get some aquatic characters, I believe, if I still keep them in the show. But Mesozoic seas, you'll get plenty of aquatic characters. Don't worry about that. So that's still like 4 years off, but still. Good God, that fish just looked like an alien back there sucking on the glass, and oh my God, it multiplied. Oh yeah, there's 2 of them. I don't know what boulder back here. The really big one, he was a rescue. Somebody had him in a 20-gallon tank, which is really too small for him. It's half the size of this one. This is a 40-gallon. And he's huge. He's massive. And I rescued him from that tank, and so I have him in here so he can grow up there. And then I have Shadow. She's the one I've had the longest. She's nearly 2 years old. She's in there. She's the one that was sucking on the glass, the smaller one, the smaller pleco. And then Phoenix is in there. He's my guy. He's my favorite. He's my little water puppy. Come on, Phoenix. Why don't you show yourself? Come here. Come here, bud. I see you. I see you. Come here. Come here. No, don't you do that to me. Come on. Come here. He's really pissed off right now. I'm sorry. You can see him. He's coming up. He doesn't want to show himself right now. Sometimes he'll play around with me on the surface of the water, but he's just not having it today. Gibson is an intelligent boy. I hope you don't pull a Gibson and let your story end where it's supposed to. Yeah, I hope I do too. Well, I am going to. Bionicle, could you react to Prehistoric, a game Rise of the Titans trailer, and tell me what you think? That'd be cool. Gibson, can you give me your opinions? You are a monster, Dad. You don't even know the gender of your granddaughter. What? Kiki, how many episodes are there? There's 15 episodes of the actual show, and then if you include a prologue episode, there's 16. So that's how long season 1 is. Will the antagonists get a song? Oh, yeah. Everybody had, like, a bunch of the main characters have theme songs and everything. It's really awesome. The music, the sound design in the show is just amazing. Unfortunately, the Planet Earth 2 song that a lot of people are really loving was for the trailer. It's not really in the show. The show kind of has more of a more tense, less cheery, beautiful vibe to it, because it is there's quite some despair going on, but it definitely has some beautiful moments and everything. And if I find a moment to use the Planet Earth 2 song, I definitely will. But many of the Planet Earth 2 soundtrack songs are in the show, as well as some other shows that I have not told anybody about, because I know that people catch on to things and it's going to become a trend. Already a lot of people use like Walking with Dinosaurs and When Dinosaurs Went to America, but I have a couple other really unique shows that have some great soundtracks, and even some movies and video games that I'm using some music from that'll be really cool to see in the show. So a lot of great mix of amazingly talented musicians. Zilla, I am new subscriber. Oh, hi. Godzilla Lover, yes, you are. I do remember that you are a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Did you subscribe based off of the Mesozoic Isle trailer? I'm curious. Are you? No, that's not. Okay, then. That is interesting comments up there. I'm not going to look at that. Kiki, do you still have those cute dogs? Oh, the little puppies? Unfortunately, no, we sold most of them. We still have one of them. We kept one of them. His name is Loki. He looks just like his mom, Coco. And so, yeah, you'll get to see all those puppies again inside what was supposed to be the 4th of July special, but now it's just a movie with the 4th of July plot. Once Camo gives me the freaking lines. By the way, Bioniclesaurus, I need you to redo your line if that's cool with you. I want to give you a new line for the end of that movie. I want you to redo that for me if that's cool. I have a different line I want to use. But yeah, I'm hoping Camo said he's going to give it to me next week. So hopefully all the lines will be given to me and I can release that movie finally. It's hilarious. It's a great film. Remember, that is co-written by Spino Dude and I. So that's a really fun project we did. Hunter Hell outside. Kiki Tai, don't do it. Just don't do it. For Prehistoric Island Reborn Season 1, there will be 10 episodes. Then Season 2 will be filmed in the woods around the quality of it. Nice. Yeah, actually, Season 2, it's kind of funny. I was recently rewriting Season 2 because I wanted to start getting the ball rolling on that. And I was like going through and structuring everything. I've been leaving a lot of gaps so I can create or put in my newest ideas as I get around to it. But originally, I was estimating it was probably around 25 episodes because it was such a bigger story than Season 1 is. And it actually takes place in multiple different areas. Season 1's just Hidden Valley. You get to go in different areas. I'm actually going to go filming in a desert with sand dunes, a swamp, all these different kinds of areas. It's just going to be great. We're going to get snow in Season 2, tons of different biomes, different areas on there, and different isolated stories, but a different new way of connecting all the stories, which will be pretty fun to see. And hopefully that'll work out. But Season 2, I was like thinking about it. I'm like, this is probably not going to be that long. I'm going to guess it's probably going to be around 15 episodes again. And then I actually started writing it, and then I'm like, holy crap, no, this is going to be like 25 episodes. So going off of what I know currently, we're probably going to land around 25 episodes for Season 2. It's going to be a really long one. And remember, each episode is 25 minutes long. And I'm still opening up. I'm open to change. Once Season 1 comes out, I'm going to see how you guys react to the length of the episodes and how many episodes there are. And based off that, I can do some tweaking. But currently, I'm planning on still doing 25-minute long episodes and 25 episodes for Season 2. And that's based on the script. It could end up being a different time for each episode length, but that's based off of a script method I use that lets me estimate how long it is. Either way, every episode will be very similar in length. Very, very similar in length. But currently, I'm thinking it's going to be around 25 minutes per episode. So nice long episodes. All right. Are you planning on using the Safari Feathered Rex for an adult red tooth since the coloration matches? Also, yeah, I can redo the line. Awesome. That's great. You can redo the line. That's some great speculation. The colors do actually match surprisingly well. That was nothing that I actually thought of in the moment, and I'm not going to reveal anything about Red Tooth. There's a lot of figures I'm repainting to make adult versions of characters that survive into Season 2, or and also there's no real main character of Mesozoic Isle. It's a really great thing. I have multiple characters that we really follow a lot, multiple protagonists, so that I'm not forcing one character down someone's throat, and so that there's multiple characters to choose from that someone can get a lot of screen time from. That's something that I feel like other series kind of struggle with a little bit. Like Stephanie in Yacht Island Season 2, she's like my favorite character, and I really want to see more of her. But since there's so many other characters that I don't really care for, she's not getting much screen time, and just her story in general hasn't been getting much screen time so far. So it kind of sucks on that respect. But that's why I'm really trying to make a focus of making a very even split of story and screen time for each character. Some characters just naturally, because of their stories, demand more screen time. So that's going to be the case. Red Tooth has a pretty big storyline. He's one of the main characters, or one of the more focal protagonists. I wouldn't say he's a main character. Like I said, I don't try to make main characters. But yeah, nobody is safe. That's one thing I want to establish immediately. There's no like Bloodtooth here. Like Bloodtooth obviously died in Season 4, but that took like the whole series to finish and then restart again. No character is safe in Mesozoic Isle. Everybody's on the line. So keep that in mind. Red Tooth is not guaranteed to survive into Season 2 just because there's a figure that looks very similar to him. And I do have Spino Dude, amazing repainter, which I have him repaint a bunch of figures, and we already have a bunch of stuff planned for Season 2. So we could use that Feathered Rex for a different character, or we could repaint it and use a different character and stuff like that. I do have the Feathered Rex planned, though, and I can guarantee you it's in Season 3. Guarantee you. I'm comfortable with saying that. There's one in Season 3. There is a 5-year gap between Season 1 and 2, though. So Season 1 took place back in like 2014, 2013. And I think it's 2014. I think I meant to write 2013 inside the files, but I accidentally put 2014. I might have to go back and retcon that. But I'll come to that around that eventually. Either way, it's about a 5-year gap between Season 1 and Season 2 of Mesozoic Isle. So a lot of characters will change. The survivors will change or grow or die off between the seasons and stuff like that. And some of them just will never show up in the show again. So there's that. But good speculation. I like that you caught that. Camo is a monster I want to see in the 4th of July special. Yeah, he is going to be in the 4th of July special. He's great in the 4th of July special, or the 4th of July film. We'll just call it How Dinos Party. That's what the film's called, How Dinos Party. It's a Mesozoic Morons film, and it's called How Dinos Party. A little mostly, I like subbing to Godzilla channels, and I do have a Dinosaur Island. I have been behind to do school. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so I don't really do Godzilla stuff anymore. I hope you're not subscribing for that because I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just not really part of the Godzilla community anymore. I still love Godzilla. He's a huge part of my life. I mean, look over there. I have a nice clean room now, by the way. I finally got around to cleaning everything up. I had a lot of stuff just laying around. I still have a Godzilla collection over there, but I'm not interested in really collecting anything anymore and doing anything Godzilla. The Dino community, I've actually liked dinosaurs probably a little bit longer than Godzilla, but also it's just such a better community than Godzilla. I don't really want to associate with too much of that right now. It's just a lot of negativity. It's kind of like the Star Wars stuff. So I hope you understand, but just don't expect any Godzilla content from here. I just wanted to warn you about that. 80% of early Dino tubers film in their garden / yawn. I wish I had a garden or lawn like Binosaurus. That would make it so much easier on me. But I don't. But I have that gorgeous filming location up there, so that's a benefit of going, way up there to film. So there you go. Can you go more in depth about this scripting method that lets you predict episode length? Yeah, I can go into detail with you. I actually plan on making a series pretty soon called Dino Cinema, and it's going to be a series about me walking through and teaching you guys about how to make good cinema, and it's just related to our dinosaur shows. I'm going to use dinosaur shows examples, and how to write stories, how to be a good director, how to use cinematography correctly, and stuff like that. So all those topics will be put into that. But answer your question right now, I can actually go more into depth with you, like personally, where I can explain a lot more, but it has to do with a particular font, a particular font size, a particular paper construction, and you basically go, when you do it a specific way and you write in specific like sets and repetitions, patterns with certain rules and systems, it will roughly equate to 1 page per minute of screen time. I have estimated in my summaries, I estimate how long it's going to be, and then I script it and I make it a check to make sure that it's actually going to fit out that. So basically, if it's 25, if you do this format, if it's a 25-page script, it's going to be about 25 minutes long. So that's how. I do have some that are around like 23 minutes, and maybe one that's going to be around 26. And the finale, I think, is going to be more close to 30 minutes long. But they're all going to be generally around 25 minutes, but the finale is obviously the finale, so it's going to be a lot longer. So yeah, sorry, it's going to be really difficult to explain the whole thing over a live stream here, and I'd have to get my papers out and stuff like that. But I can definitely go more into detail, in person or private. Oh, like you can just whip out some funky, fresh musical fusion whenever you want to. You can't come up with your own theme song. Yes, that I don't think too many people can just come up with their own theme song. Yeah, I'm using a lot of great music from different shows. One thing that I considered doing was using some of the Dinosaur Island music, just because it's heavily inspired, or not heavily. The show is inspired by Dinosaur Island, but I decided not to because it's another Dino Tube show. It's another Dinosaur Island type show, and so I'm not going to use the music because I feel like that's unique. Because it's made by Gibson, it's unique to that show, so I didn't want to use that, but I'd use it on bigger, higher productions like actual shows, movies, and video games and stuff that is mass public thing, not just Dino Tube level stuff. So don't expect any Dinosaur Island music. Do you like me, Aiden, or am I too? Oh, am I toxic? You are toxic, but I like you, Billy Goat. Don't worry, you're a little butt nugget, but I put up with you. Oh my God, no more Kiki, do you love me? If I see it, you're gonna get put in timeout. Okay, just stop, please. I came for dinosaur content. I have a big dinosaur collection. Oh, awesome, that's great. So you're also into Godzilla and dinosaurs. That's awesome. I'd love to have Godzilla conversations still. I'm just not doing any Godzilla content on the channel, so don't really expect that. Awesome, Kiki. Actually, if you want to see my collection, go into my is it part, you guys remember, is it part 1 or part 2 of the Q&A that I show off my Godzilla collection? I think it's part 1, but go ahead and check that out, Godzilla Lover, and you can see my collection there if you're interested, in case you really do want some Godzilla content. Also, if you're into like Godzilla comedy shows, I have a pretty, it's okay. It had a big fan following, but it's called The Strange Life of Godzilla. It's still on the channel. You can find that if you're interested. I have some older Godzilla stuff. Oh yeah, well, I'm a nugget butt. There you go. I might make a DinoTube achievement for you as the biggest Godzilla / Dino tuber. Oh, like between the two? That would be cool. But that seems a little too much like you're purposely making a category just to fit me. It's kind of like saying the biggest Lego / dinosaur fan YouTuber. I mean, that's just like you're specifically, or like the biggest Bionicle, you know, you're narrowing in too much on just me. I mean, it's very flattering, but you don't need to. You don't need to. Don't worry about it. Hi, I am back shooting. You know, cool. How brave are you right now? Like, dang, you're risking your relationship with Aiden. Oh. Like, because she keeps saying, Kiki, you love me. Yeah, Ty, stamp it. Actually, why are you not a moderator, Ty? You're a mod on Dino Nation, and you are an amazing moderator. You're going to get mod. I don't know why you're not mod. But yeah, I hope I've been clearing up a lot of stuff for you. I'm just really enjoying this right now because I'm really hyped from the trailer and the reception of it. I love all of them. I love watching them all. I love different parts of all of them because Camo, he was so great with some of the things, how he freaked out about it. And he's like talking through the whole thing. So it's nice to hear his thoughts, just unfiltered thoughts coming out of his mouth. And then I like Dino Man's because he's one of the few people that really pay attention to all the lore and everything about Mesozoic Island. He knows a bunch of the characters' names. He's naming them off in his reaction. That's just a blast to watch. And then I love Gibson's because he's just like silent and in awe of it, and you can see the subtle facial expressions as things are changing, and it's getting him hyped up. And then he just screams at the end with the title card. That I have to say, it's a little embarrassing, but I actually got tears in my eyes when he did that because, guys, I grew up just like you guys. I was watching Dinosaur Island. I just fell in love with it. I was teared up when the season 3 finale came out and the Jurassic World music was playing and everything, and that's when my friend was actually bawling. He was bawling, and he actually reminded me recently that back then I told him that I was going to make Mesozoic Island. I'm going to dedicate it to him because he was really sad that Dinosaur Island was going away, and so I'm like, I'm going to make something that's going to be just as good as Dinosaur Island. I'm going to make it for you so that it can be there. So this has been a long-term goal, and it's been a rough road. The first version was so crap, I didn't want to do it anymore, and then I came back to it and reinvigorated it after Dinosaur Island Season 4 came out. So I really have to thank Dinosaur Island Season 4 and just everything, and then my decision to leave the Godzilla community has helped Mesozoic Island become a reality. And all of you guys, I mean, the fans, I'm getting kind of choked up right now, but it's the best thing ever. I mean, I've gone through so many hard times in my life with being accepted and, being bullied and whatnot. And you guys have made my life the best it could possibly be. I mean, you guys make me so happy each and every day. Every single one of you guys, I think about you guys constantly. You guys make my life go around. You guys motivate me to keep going. I had so many motivational problems early on. I've been on YouTube for 5 years, and I've had so many motivational problems earlier on in my career, and it's just I adore every single one of you guys. This is the best community I've ever been in. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for just making my life go around and doing this all for me. I mean, the reception, I've been dying the last few days, how huge this trailer has been. I am going absolutely crazy with excitement and love right now. I love all of you guys. This has just been the best time of my life. This year has been the best year of my life ever. Just period. I just love all of you guys so much. Did you cry when Bloodtooth died? No, I didn't really cry when Bloodtooth died. I liked Bloodtooth, but she wasn't somebody I was really emotionally attached to. I kind of liked a lot more of the characters that were surrounded by Bloodtooth. She was kind of like more of a she had a bunch of lineages that came off of her. She was kind of more of like a plot device at certain points and stuff like that, rather than a big character I was connected to. It was sad to see her go, but I really liked that she went because it was a big, bold move by Bionicosaurus, and also it really put us in check, realizing all these characters really aren't safe. I'm hoping that he's going to really threaten Jane a lot so that she doesn't fit into the same category that Bloodtooth was in. But also it helped a lot with just making it feel fresh and new. Like we feel like it's a new, invigorated, brand new Dinosaur Island, and it's never been better. It's just so great. I'm so happy with the new version of. So if anything, I love that Bloodtooth died because I think it's just such a healthier new phase for the whole genre and the whole show itself, but the genre entirely. I know what you mean about motivation. One of the biggest reasons that DI was canceled and delayed so much in the back in the day was because of the motivational problems. Yeah. But ever since I got more in touch with the fans and the community, I've been working on Dinosaur Island basically nonstop. I know, right? It's such great motivation to have you guys here. And I actually just recently, you know, like maybe go back 3 weeks, I was pretty depressed because my grandpa was going through some tough stuff and he couldn't take me up to film. And the whole summer got ruined for us because we had all these locations planned and they weren't working. They were doing renovations and stuff. It ruined the whole summer for the filming and so many delays. And I was like, you know, I've hyped all these people up and then I'm not gonna be able to deliver Mesozoic Isle. And then my grandpa, you know, I went through a pretty hard depression phase where I was really depressed because I was worried about not being able to deliver that to you guys. And so many people were so loving and accepting and believing in the show before it even had anything concrete to show. And it was just really depressing for me. But then we finally got up there and have been filming a lot. Right now he's on a camping trip with my grandma. But as soon as he gets back on Monday, I'm hoping that we're going to go back out again and get some more filming done and finish up all this show so we can get it out for you guys. And so I'm sorry if it does end up getting delayed quite a bit, maybe to the end of December possibly, but either way, it's still coming. So don't worry about it. I'm going to work my hardest to make sure it's out for you guys. I'm just prioritizing getting all the filming done right now. So yeah, I watched DI in like 2013 and 2014. Are you proud of me, Daddy Gibson? I almost cried when Bloodtooth died. Yes, boy. How do you feel if I made a music video on Jurassic Fight Club? That would be pretty cool. Jurassic Fight Club's got a lot of great stuff to put music videos together. Guess who's back? Oh, back again. You are, I'm guessing. Should I stream after Kiki? Go ahead. Go for it. Tell your friends. The fan base helped me film more episodes of Dinosaur Archipelago in advance than before. Awesome. That's great. That's exactly what a great motivating fan base does for you. I'm sorry, Kiki. I hope things improve. Oh, it's going great now. I'm saying that back a little bit ago, it was not too good because I was really worried about, you know, not being able to deliver the show. And I might have, because if winter rolls around, I can't film in the snow and stuff. It's just not what I had planned. So I'd have to wait a whole year. And that's just not something I was looking forward to. So, yeah, I'm just really happy that we're finally getting this stuff filmed out. But it's working out because the fall leaves changing and stuff is really working because it makes a lot of the stuff look kind of like it's dying from over flooding and stuff like that. So it's working perfectly because all of the footage before the rains and the flooding has really luscious green plants in the background. And then you're kind of getting some more drab dead stuff as the stuff is going on. So I think it's actually working out visually and artistically very well. We just have to finish up the rest before the snow comes in. You want to hear something interesting about my series? I might actually use the SNES and Sega Genesis game for certain scenes. That's cool. That would be freaking cool. Yeah, I used to make crappy shows just because I know I want to make good shows because people believe in me, and I know that, gosh, it's scrolling up so fast, and I know that I can do good. Yeah, I mean, that exactly. I mean, I don't know how much else to comment on that. We've kind of been covering everything. But yeah, good for you. Just good for you. Uh-oh, back again. Back. What are you guys talking about? Fun fact, the old man in Jurassic Park 1 is the brother of David Attenborough. Oh, yeah, he is. Sorry, I don't want to watch a movie of you in the shower, especially Dino fan who co-wrote the second season of Dinosaur Archipelago. He gave me many ideas to help Dinosaur Archipelago season 2. Yeah, there you go. It's always nice to help people, and I love. One of my favorite parts of that whole trailer is just the fact that I can put so many great people's names and like logos on the beginning of the trailer. It makes it feel like a real like high quality production and stuff. And they're legitimately a part of it. I have so many other people behind the scenes too. My sister's narrating. You know, I have script editors. I have producers and stuff. I have so many people that just helped out with the show in so many ways. So many people I'm going to get to credit in the credits. by far it's going to be the one Dinosaur Island type show that has like the most legitimately diverse credit section like ever. I can say that with confidence because I have so many amazing people helping me out with this project, and I'm not doing it alone. I mean, I'm definitely the driving force behind it, but so many people, I just could not be making this show so great without. So I'm so grateful for every single one of them. So when it comes to writing, what do you find to be the greatest struggle with crafting such a long story? Keeping it like consistent and keeping it so that it doesn't feel like there's a lot of filler content and stuff. And also so that it's constantly interesting. I make each episode feel like there's something interesting going on. It's not boring. It doesn't feel like there's a filler episodes at all. I think I've done a really, really good job with that. And keeping the tension up is really hard because tension typically is a lot easier in smaller scenes because then you can drag out a small event. But if you're dragging out something over a long period of time, it's hard to keep the tension. So that's a really difficult part that I've been doing is keeping up tension. And I think I've been doing a pretty good job with that, keeping up the tension for a bunch of stuff like that. So keeping up tension, you know, making it so there's enough content, enough diversity, enough interesting stuff happening in each episode. That's probably some of the biggest challenges. And also, you know, having the time to write it all and write it out thoroughly and, you know, write over it and check everything. It's really difficult sometimes, but it's so fun. Writing and editing are some of my favorite processes. And I was actually kind of dreading filming because I felt like it was going to be really hard, and especially because the whole summer was such a pain in the butt. But I'm really enjoying filming now. It's just so fun to film now and go up there with my grandpa and just hike and stuff. It's a blast. It's so great. And I'm easily dedicating this whole show to my grandpa because he deserves it. He's been going above and beyond, just helping me out. And I also want to dedicate it to my grandma, who's been one of the biggest supporters of my whole, you know, series and project here. She's been believed in me from the start. She's been keeping other family members who didn't believe in me or question what I was doing with my life, you know, trying to do this, pursue this dinosaur type thing. And she's somebody who kept them off my butt. And she's just so great. She has a lot of health problems, so she can't go up there and hike and, you know, film with me, but she would love it more than anything. So I'm definitely dedicating this to my grandpa and my grandma. They have been doing just so much for me, and I can't thank them enough. Yes, very, very goog. Are you going to be the narrator, or is it going to be your sister? My sister's going to be the narrator. I think it's going to change it up a bunch to have a female narrator, make it feel nice, fresh, and new. And also, I don't know. I just kind of want to change it up. I don't feel like narrating it too much myself. I've already done a bunch of other work, and getting some more talent in there and, you know, making a bigger project is really fun. So having my sister be a part of it is going to be pretty dang awesome. I hope she's going to do a good job. I think that she'll like it. She's already a huge fan of the show, and she's not into dinosaur stuff or even these dinosaur shows. She thinks they're kind of goofy. Actually, she was making fun of me the day I was showing her the trailer. I also showed her a bunch of the other trailers of the shows, and she just said, it's so funny that all of you are just a bunch of grown boys playing with dinosaur toys. And I was laughing along with her. But she just adores Mesozoic Island. She thinks it's a great story. I mean, after reading through the whole script and everything, there was like for like a couple weeks after, she was telling me at random times during the day, she's like, oh my God, as more time goes along, I just love Mesozoic Island. It's just a great story. It's just for, you know, generic audiences. She just loved it. So I'm really hoping you guys are going to just love the story. I'm so proud of it. It's just a really well done story in my opinion. Rise of the Titans would be good quality, and then Kiki puts this out and makes me feel like bad. Well, don't worry about it. I think that, you know, Dinosaur Island was one hell of an intimidating show, and I could easily have curled up in a ball and not tried to do it anymore, which I kind of did at one point. But I used the fact that Dinosaur Island was so inspiring and so great. I've always strived for being a great creator. I've always wanted to be a great creator, and so I use that as motivation. When you see something that's you know, a competition or something, or that you want to be you know, that's good or better quality than you, then use that as motivation to do it better, get bigger and better. And I think one of the reasons why I'm doing so good for my first time around for you know, the Dinosaur Island type series is because I'm competing against myself. I'm not competing against Dinosaur Island, which is a giant. I'm not competing against any of the other, you know, huge dinosaur YouTubers. I'm competing against myself and trying to prove to myself that I can make the best possible dinosaur show that I possibly I can give Mesozoic Isle the you know, make it the show that it deserves, that story deserves, that you guys deserve. So I'm always, you know, fighting against myself to make it as positive and just a well done show as possible. So that's why I think it's been doing so well. It's just because of my, like you're saying, enthusiasm and my drive to make it as good as possible and challenging myself as a person and as a creator to do bigger and greater things. So that's probably why it's doing so well and why I really have a lot of confidence in it. Barnacle is that, hey, tell your sister I am a man, not a body. Damn it. Oh, testosterone. There you go. Deadpool or Deadpool 2? Deadpool 2. I think Deadpool 1 is much funnier, but I think Deadpool 2 is a better story overall. I'm Sissy, your brother. Okay. I think I have a problem. I'm addicted to sound design. I have more sounds than the actual story ideas. Yeah, sound design is really fun. One of the biggest parts I love about creating is music. So I think I've been picking a lot of really great songs and music because I just love my music and my sound design and stuff. And so I have a lot of confidence in that. Yet again, I'm going to make sure I have enough time to actually edit it and make it good. So I'm very willing to delay the show if I need to make sure it's good when it comes out. But don't worry, it's going to be coming out pretty dang soon nonetheless. It's just I might have to delay it a little bit depending on how fast we finish up filming. Right now, I'm just working on finishing up all the filming so that we can finish that up. I actually have a lot of stuff for it to do today that I'm going to be doing some production quality stuff and intro stuff and stuff like that. I think I have a problem. I'm addicted to sound. Oh, I already read that. Dada, you are children now. Guys, stop calling me Dada. That's just weird. Stop calling me Papa and Dad and Dada. That's just like sexual fetishes. Like, come on, just stop it. Binoculars early sound effects in Dinosaur Island were hilarious. Oh my god, you guys should hear some of the sound effects I did in Mesozoic. Once Mesozoic comes out the whole season, I'll make a video showing you guys some of the old stuff. You guys can see the old version of it and how crappy it was, and then compared to the new version and the improvements there. And I have tons, like just like Dinosaur Island season 4, how there's a bunch of moments where there's like Gibson is making funny noises or doing funny things like that. There's actually quite a few moments where my grandpa cracks me up and where I do some funny stuff and just funny things happen. And so there'll be a great blooper reel video that'll come out of Mesozoic after that'll hopefully be really funny to watch. Kiki and Dino Man are by far my favorite inspirations. Kiki is very motivating, and Dino Man has very awesome views about his YouTube career that I agree with. I'm interesting. What are you talking about with his awesome views on YouTube career? Which one specifically? I'm a little curious if you're talking about like, you know, his like innovations that he's making, like with going into different areas than DinoTube and even like with modern day animal reviews, or is there something that he said that I missed in a stream? I'm really curious what you're talking about. And thank you, by the way, for saying that I'm a great motivation. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, just like Bionicle Source did for me. Now, whenever I look over at my Safari quits, I think, hey, it's Maverick. Oh, because of Dino Man? Yeah, I love that name. Like I already told you a little bit about what Maverick does in this show, which is pretty cool. He has a unique role in the show. Barnacle used to scream for his sounds. It was so funny. Yeah, I watched Dinosaur Island. I was very aware of it. For some reason, I was very accepting of it. So thank God we did, because that was a very fun show to watch. And what a great human being behind that too. I mean, look at Gibson now. I mean, just Dinosaur Island, all these like great memes and the comedy tracks and stuff. I mean, I don't know where DinoTube would be without him. It's just, he's such an amazing pivotal part of this community. And also, he's the most approachable large YouTuber. Like, he's the largest like YouTuber, almost the largest YouTuber in the DinoTube community. You know, Kakasaurus recently beat him, but it's just so crazy to think that he's so approachable. You know, the Godzilla community, everybody felt so untouchable. I mean, now I've become friends with the biggest Godzilla community member, which is Goji Fan 93. So I guess I can't really say that too much, but he still was. He had so many people following him, they couldn't possibly talk to everybody. But Bionicle Source is such an amazing guy, and he's so approachable, such a accepting human being. I was so intimidated by him, and I was dreading kind of meeting him because I was becoming a bigger part of the community earlier this year, and I was like kind of like, oh, he's not going to accept me. It's going to be intimidating. You know, Dino Man was getting shout outs from him on his live streams. I was really cheering for Dino Man, and then I was like kind of like a little sad that I wasn't getting noticed for my actions, but also I was like a little scared to actually, you know, meet him. But then I meet him, and Bionicle Source just like the most amazing, genuine human being I like that I've ever met. It's just, he's just such a fantastic person. All those years of making my own sound effects was just practicing for becoming the best metal vocalist of all time. That's great. I think you're pretty good at screaming based off that dinosaur singing video. Sorry if I'm going too far. Lex Logan, Pollux edition. I don't know. Yes, he is. At the end of Mesozoic Isle, every episode there'll be a once the credits end, I'll have like a little segment, or maybe it's in the credits. Something I'll have something where it says inspired by Gibson Kite's Dinosaur Island. I like the way that I'm copying how Dino Man did it because I love the way he worded it. I thought that was great because he made it personal by saying Gibson Kite and then Dinosaur Island. It wasn't just inspired by Dinosaur Island or inspired by Raptor Boy 101, which I still love that. But I'm just saying I like how he did it a little better because, you know, it made it personal with you and you're just such a great person. So that's the way I'm doing it. I'm copying him by doing that. I was scared when I joined. I used to be ignored by a lot. But then I just thought, kill them with kindness, and now I'm here. Well, so you're overcompensating with kindness? I see. So you're not showing your true face. I got you. You think Spino fanboys are salty as heck? I guess fanboys, like in the term you're describing, yeah. But also a lot of Tyrannosaur fanboys can be the same way. I mean, look at Jurassic Park 3. But thankfully, Tyrannosaur fans are really only bad when it comes to Spinosaurus beating T-Rex. I think it's just because of the trauma of it. But Spinosaurus fans, I like how Camo put it. They tend to stretch into other areas just if you discriminate on Spinosaurus at all. So, but yet again, I don't really hate anybody. I can't think of a single Spinosaurus fanboy I don't like as a person. I mean, Fiasco Spino is a pretty big Spino fanboy, but I love Fiasco. He's a great guy. Absolutely fantastic person. Well, I should go film and stuff. Thanks so much for all your kind words and all those great discussion about MI. Talk to you soon. Talk to you soon, Barnacle. You enjoy filming. Get that amazing season done for us. Well, let me explain. The Modern Day Animal Edition is awesome. I love modern day animal figures, but I also love his viewpoints. Probably my favorite is his way to look at subs. In a live stream, okay, you're going to finish that. Waiting for you to finish your thought. He can, hey, can you react to my Halloween special when it comes out, or the teaser or the trailer? Yeah, sure. A stream, if I get a time, you know, I'm not filming a bunch of stuff, I'd love to do another reaction stream where I can react to a bunch of your guys' stuff because that was really fun. Don't blame Spino. Don't blame T-Rex. Blame Universal and Joe Johnson. I love that scene though where Spinosaurus kills it because it mixes it up. It gives us a new dinosaur that's not all limited on just T-Rex. That gets old. And so I liked that it spiced up and gave us a Spinosaurus. Even though it's inaccurate, it's still an amazing animal. I have to admit it. Oh, there you go. And I'm actually planning on having this one last a bit longer. So you made it, Prehistoric Dinosaur. Nice. Said that 50 subs was a big number. That's like 50 people in a stage enjoying your content. Oh, yeah. I think he took that from me. Ironically, I think he took that statement from me because I told him when we were both around the same subs, I talked to him. I could be wrong. So I'm not saying this for sure, but he could have taken it from me because I said a very similar thing to him. I said, you know, think about it. I have 400 subscribers at the time. I had 400 subscribers. And I said, that's 400 people. That's like enough to fill a small stadium. Like that is a lot of people there. And you should be grateful if you have 10 subscribers. That's a decent group of people. That's a really decent group of people. That's like a whole huge family. That's like the size of my whole family. We're almost 7 people. So, I mean, there's tons. There's 500 of you. I am immensely happy that just even 500, I'd be happy with that. The only reason I'm really striving to get 1,000 subscribers so more people can watch Mesozoic Island and enjoy it, and I can get that show out there, but also because I want to get my monetization back that I've had for nearly 4 years and they took away from me when they changed the rules. So that's kind of annoying. But other than that, you know, I could not be more thankful for just how many people. I mean, that's a huge number. That's half of 1,000 people. That's a small town population right there. Gibson, Binoxosaurus, 30,000 subscribers. That's a whole town. That could be a small city. I mean, that's so many people. So yeah. Oh, well, either way, it's a great viewpoint. I adore my subscribers because they enjoy my content. Yeah, I mean, I am so happy because not only do I have a lot of subscribers, but I have an active subscriber base. I mean, I have so many comments coming onto each video and a huge ratio for how many views they got. So, I mean, I love my community so much. I'm going to try to keep being as active as possible. That's why I love using Dino Nation. I love talking with you guys, a lot of live streams, because I can communicate with you guys and keep you guys active, because it's my favorite part is you guys are so vocal. If you guys are ever silent viewers, you know, don't feel ashamed. Please comment. Please say stuff. Share your thoughts. Share your criticisms. I'm a nice guy. I'll be open and loving to anything that you have to add to the community. So just feel free. You know, come join us on Dino Nation. We're always talking and having fun in there. So, you know, do that. I remember when you had like 300 or 400 subs. You've gotten so good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have improved quite a lot over this last year. I've improved a lot. Oh, well, either. Oh, yeah, I read that. Sub to me. I'm gonna self-promote. I'm just waiting till I get 70 subs. Sadly, I'm 3 away, and I haven't been changing. Oh, don't worry. You're gonna have the time. And you know, I would love to just get 1,000 subscribers immediately overnight. But, you know, you have to deserve stuff like that. People are going to want to watch your content. Think about yourself. Are you going to go out and just subscribe to some random person just because, you know, they're saying to do stuff? Like, I was just talking about Mesozoic. I barely showed anything. And you guys were so trusting in me. And clearly I sold myself well enough for you guys to trust in me to subscribe and all that stuff. So, you know, just hold on. You know, make content you're really proud of. People will start paying attention. You know, promote it on Dino Nation. Promote it. You know, just tell people, you know, hey, can you check this out? I mean, I really did good job on this. I tried a lot, you know, and tag your videos. You know, put tags in them, title them well, put good descriptions, and that will all help attract more attention to your really good content. And then people will come flooding in as they do. And that's why I've been striving to become such a you know, good quality videos. And a lot of people tell me that I deserve more subs. I'm like a big Dino tuber, but I have smaller subscriber count. That's because I really strive to make my videos as good as possible, because when somebody watches my video, if they come to watch it once, I want it to be so good that they're going to stay and watch the rest of my content, you know, so that they can enjoy the rest of it. And so I strive to make every video as good as possible. That's why I upload a lot less than a lot of other people. And that's why Dino Man took off, because he makes uploads constantly. He beat me. We were in a race for a long time. He took off and beat me big time. But I'm trying to make a more stable, lower upload count than Dino Man, but I'm trying to make each video a lot longer and a lot more of a higher production quality, like more like a kind of like a standalone thing, like less like he has a more typical, like, you know, repetition type thing. I'm not saying it's bad. I love, like, Camosaurus. He has a very repetitive, but he's constantly giving you stuff to watch. It's great. There's a room for everybody in the community. I'm just the type of person that likes bigger projects. It's kind of stressful for me to try to get things out a lot and really fast. So I'm not going to try to review every figure for my paleo review series. I'm just going to review figures I really want to review and stuff, because I want to make you know, less content like in numbers, but higher in quality and content, and, you know, longer to enjoy and stuff like that. And I have a lot of great stuff right around the corner for you guys. I'm just, you know, preoccupied by Mesozoic right now, but I have the whole weekend, so hopefully I can get some stuff out pretty soon based on the work that I can get done there. But yeah, there's that. What was I missing here? Just I already read that. Dude, I don't think half of my subs even watch my vids, because I have almost 90 subs and I only get 15 to 20 views per video. Well, not everybody watches the same videos and stuff. And that's how it was for me, dude. I have been on YouTube for 5 years and I have 500 subscribers. And I've gotten like 300 subscribers this year. So it takes a long time. I had a long time with motivational issues because I had lower subscriber count and I was not grateful enough for how many subscribers I had. Even when I just had 100 subscribers, I was not grateful enough. I said I was very grateful for it, but I was not grateful enough. And that is 100 people. Think about that. Stop thinking about numbers, right? Think about a giant group of people out in front of your house, on your lawn or something. It's 100 people. That's a lot of people. That's bigger than your whole class. That's like your school class, you know, put 3 of them together, and that's closer to 100 people. You know, maybe even 5. If you have a 20-person class, put 5 of your classes together. That's how many 100 people are. That's how many individual people are subscribing to your channel. So be grateful for that. You know, even if it's 15 people, that's 15 people. That's almost your whole class. 15 to 20 people, that's your whole class watching your video. You know, that's a really decent amount. And those are people that genuinely like your content and want to watch more. So I wish I could watch more of your guys' videos, my subscribers' videos. A lot of you guys make some great stuff, and a lot of you guys are really great people. I just don't have enough time. There's so many of you. I can't possibly spread my time out enough. So I'm really sorry that I could never possibly do that. I mean, I just would never be making content myself if I could do that. Hi.
Are you live?
Yeah.
We're going to be leaving in about an hour today.
Okay. I'll be done. We're just talking about my actually, I don't know if I want to say because I don't know if he's watching the stream. I don't think he's watching the stream. But we're doing something for my dad's birthday, and we're going to leave soon. So she's just warning me we're leaving soon. I need 1 million subs, and if you don't get them, you need 1 million subs, and if you don't get them, I'm gonna cry in a corner for all of eternity. Well, thank you. I don't think I'll ever get that amount. I mean, DinoTubers have a bit of a rough time getting a lot of attention like that on YouTube, but who knows? There's a first time for everything. But I'm perfectly happy with how many subscribers I have right now. I'm perfectly happy with all of you guys in the comments right now, so I'm content. Have you seen episode 1 and episode 2 of my series, Isle of Mesozoic? Yeah, I have. I voted for you for the best small DinoTuber show because out of all the ones that are out that I've seen, yours is my favorite so far. So yeah, of course I've seen it. Also, I also want to comment. I didn't really tell you this too much in person, but I want to thank you so much. I noticed that you changed the name of your show. You were the person that had your show called The Mesozoic Isle. And it was, you clearly, came up with the same name just on your own without any influence from me. And you have perfectly fine copyrights over that because, as long as you didn't know about it and you created it simultaneously, you have copyrights. I mean, obviously you made a mistake by not checking on YouTube to see if the name was already in use. But it was so nice of you to actually change your title, and change it to the Isle of the Mesozoic, which is also really cool and unique. It still gets across the same idea, but I thought that was so genuinely heartfelt and nice of you to do that. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart just for doing that. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with you just keeping the Mesozoic Isle title, but that was just really nice of you. I mean, I do prefer to have my own unique title that other people aren't really taking, but that was just so nice of you. I really want to thank you for that. It is very underrated. His show is very underrated, and J212 is making a great show that should be coming out soon. He's doing a great job. It's not out yet, so I couldn't vote for that for the one either, but oh my gosh, I wish I could vote for so many different ones. I've seen quite a few very good shows that are very underrated. My entire class of 2019 is around 120 to 130 people. Dang. Oh, that's like the whole thing. I mean, like literal classrooms. Like, I wasn't talking about like that, but that makes more sense. I probably said it wrong. That's a big old room. Yeah. Oh, you have 100 people in your room. Have you seen? I already read that. Mesozoic Morons, boy. I might start making videos again when I'm older. Do you guys think I should? Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. We need more female DinoTubers in here. Change up the variety. I'm just kidding. That's not the reason why. You make some great videos. Keep it up. And, if you want to take a break, that's perfectly fine, too. Just do that. Kiki is my favorite YouTuber. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. That's great to know. Out of all these great selections, that I'm your favorite YouTuber. That's just awesome. YouTuber. You're not even saying DinoTuber. You're saying YouTuber. I just realized that. Just period. That's a status. That's a status to hold. That makes me that may have made my day. I'm just waiting until I get 70 subs. Sadly, okay, I already read that. I felt like I missed something. Thought I skimmed over something that I was going to read later, but I don't know if I. Are you still planning on a comedy series? If so, when will it come out? That's a good question. I'm still planning on it, and my sister and I are writing it, and it's got a good foundation. It's just that, Mesozoic Isle and other things are taking up priority, and we already have great comedians like Camo and Bionicle covering that base right now, so I'm not in too big of a rush right now, and Mesozoic Isle is my passion project, so that takes priority, obviously. But, yeah, don't worry about it. It'll come out eventually. Probably it's going to be happening next year now, not this year, unfortunately. It was planned to happen this year, but don't worry, it'll be coming out. It's pretty good. I think you'll like it. It's very unique. People don't know what Jurassic Park, that Jurassic Park is science fiction. They want everything accurate in Jurassic movie, and it makes me sad. I would prefer, I think you have a responsibility to make some accuracy points inside your Jurassic Park films because you have a mass public, that is watching there. So I think there's a responsibility part there. But I do understand the part where people are coming from, where, you know, has a lore behind it now because of Jurassic World and whatnot and all that. So it makes sense. Mine was Mesozoic Island. Then I changed it to Mesozonia because I saw your Mesozoic Island. Mesozonia is a really cool title. So I'm kind of glad that I influenced you to turn that off, because I think Mesozonia is a really cool title. That's an awesome title. There's some great titles out there for shows. Like the Isle of the Mesozoic is just a small twist, but I really like that one for some reason. Then there's Mesozonia, and there's the Isle of Sela, which is pretty cool. Then I think my favorite is Uncharted Dinosauria by Rhydon Dude. That's just such a unique name. I mean, it's so simple in some respect, but I really like the name he came up with. That's really cool. My favorite dino tubers are Bionicle, Kiki, and Dino Man. Well, thank you. I'm in there. Oh yeah, Kiki, I'm making a Mesozoic bedroom style show this winter, and maybe after Mesozoic Isles come out, would you consider voicing for it? Oh yeah, sure. I'd love to voice for some of your stuff, King Egypticus. That'd be fun. My favorite of the old YouTubers go in this order: Aiden, Gibson, and then probably Eric. There we go. So it seems like Gibson, and Eric are like a lot of people's favorites. And Eric is great. He needs more subs. He really needs a lot more subs. He's great. And he just stretches into every corner and crevice of the DinoTube community, which is really awesome. Except the more toxic, cancerous side, I guess, is the worst side. But like diss tracks and stuff, it's not too fun for some people. My favorite of all YouTubers go in this. Ready at that. I keep reading the same comments over and over. I'm really excited for people to react to Retrosauria. Is that what it's called? That's cool. That's a cool title. I like that. Retrosauria. I think Dino Man is my favorite YouTuber. Larger YouTubers don't appeal to me as much. Dino Man also comments on some of my videos, which I appreciate. Well, there you go. Dino Man is great. That's a great choice for a favorite YouTuber. He is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm glad that Refrigerappers are being completely honest. A lot of people aren't brave enough to say to my face that I'm not their favorite YouTuber, and I love that that you're actually brave enough to say that, because there's so many great choices. I don't blame you. There's certain people personalities work better. I'm not going to be some people's favorites just because of the style of videos I make, and that's perfectly acceptable. And clearly, Refrigerated Apples, he's still a huge fan of mine. I love you, Refrigerated Apples. You're awesome, and keep up your honesty and loving Dino Man. Dino Man is awesome. There's a flavor for everybody out there, and that's what I love. The DinoTube community is so rich right now and just great content. So keep it up, guys. What about Kayaka? Kayakasaurus is great. He's a fantastic guy. And I like him even more as a person than I like him as a creator. He does some great creation stuff. He's kind of a little bit more of like the style of YouTube videos that I'm going for, like less uploads, really high quality uploads. Spino Dude does the same thing. Probably closer to the rate of Spino Dude is what I want to get to eventually. But yeah, Kayakasaurus is great. He's made a great Monster Commanderus Rex for me. You guys are going to love it. He's just a fantastic human being. By the way, Kiki, you actually missed my second comment. Second comment. That is the second comment from here. You meaning before that one? You did. You missed my comment. I know I've posted this a lot. Sorry. What are you missing? I don't know what you posted. Sorry, I can't find it. If I did miss it again, then please retype it. Honestly, Aiden is my fave. I'm not joking. Well, thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate you calling me by my name. I do actually like being called by name. It's more personal, but calling me Kiki is perfectly fine too. Because that's my nickname. A lot of people call me Kiki, so I'm perfectly fine with Kiki too. What's funny is I actually did check, and this was before you made the first announcement that you were making a series. So at the time, there was just DI and DI clones. I think Yakan Island was out at the time. Yeah. So before you actually put up anything for the Mesozoic Isle, I had announced it. I actually had been saying it for 2 years before then. I had things up on the channel. Obviously, those are a little harder to find because there weren't really any titles that had it in there. But yeah, like I said, it was Convergent. You had no idea that I was there. But I was constantly checking before I announced that the official announcement for Mesozoic Isle. I was constantly checking YouTube to make sure no one else was using that name, and I was good for a long time because I didn't want to use someone else's name. And thankfully, I no one else is using it for a long time. So that's that. No, but I mean sound design. I've spent months creating, downloading sounds for various dinosaurs, the result in which I add some random species into the show because why not? They sound good. There you go. That's a good idea. Yeah, that sound design is just great. Just don't say, Kiki, do you love me? You're just finding every which way to slide that in there. I'm just going to remove the comment. I was going to put you in timeout, but I'm just going to remove the comment. Brim and Tank, it's like Misfits, but I deleted it because it's so cringy. I don't delete my really cringy stuff. I only delete stuff that I like there's a video where I accidentally showed my address when I lived in Ohio when I was walking around outside, and so I deleted that, or I put that video as private. I don't delete videos anymore. I deleted one video in my entire history, which was a video where I was really excited when my first big fan of my channel ever came out, which was Cesar, my friend Cesar. That's actually how we met. He was a huge fan of my channel at the first. He was my first big fan. And I was so excited by having my first big fan. I made a video just talking about that. And I was in my bed just watching on my laptop. And I just made a video immediately without a shirt on. And I was really embarrassed by it, but I deleted it. And I'm so disappointed I deleted that. I wish I just made it private like I've made other things private. And also things where some people had stolen my music that I had made originally and they put copyright on it. I privated the video so they couldn't make any money off of it as a way to combat them. But I don't delete anything because I like looking back at my past and seeing how far I've come. And I leave all my cringy crap up there because I want you guys to be able to see it. I want to be able to see it myself so we can all just learn from the mistakes that I've made, especially these bigger YouTubers. I'm really happy like with Bionocosaurus, Kayakasaurus, Camo, everybody, and including myself as a community leader, sharing our mistakes and being very vocal. I mean, Gibson did a great job taking criticism for Dinosaur Island Season 4. That's an important and healthy thing to do because then we can all learn from it. And I've learned from a lot of his mistakes just from him being very open about it. So anything I've done, wrong, I'm open to talking about it. I have my bad stuff up there so you guys can see it and learn from what I did and notice things that are wrong. And I'm very vocal about my faults and the flaws that I've made and that I want to improve on because I want you guys to be able to improve and learn from it as well so you don't have to make the same mistakes. So, you be honest and just be vocal. You don't have to delete your stuff just because they're cringeworthy. If it's really, really important. Now, I had a lot of fun with this one. This stream revealed the fact that I have regained my respect for Schleich. Keep it up, Kiki. I'm anticipating Mesozoic Isle a lot. Great. Thank you for your lovely comment. And thank you for joining in. I'll see you later, Refrigerated Apples. We're going to end the stream probably in 4 minutes here, so we'll just make it a flat 2 hours. So if you guys have any more questions or anything, please say them now before the 4 minutes are up and I have to get going to do that thing. I deleted Dashboard Dinosaurs because I used copyrighted music by the Eagles and they blocked it worldwide. They blocked it? That sucks. That's pretty extreme. Same. I love sound design in my series. I got so many vocals for almost each dinosaur species on my series. Fun editing. They put their vocals on. Yeah, it's fun. Sound design is just like some of the funnest stuff. If you haven't made a mistake, you've never made anything new. That's exactly that's a good way of saying it. That's a really good way of saying it. Oh, then you've never learned anything new. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. Yeah. Also, the Crystal Palace Iguanodon and Megalosaurus will appear sometime in the series. There are rare animals in the show. I'll call it Iguanosaurus or something because there will be a real Iggy. Okay, gotcha. Last question. Do you know the way I am David 2.0? Oh my God, David 2.0. That's some cancer right there. In my series, the story is that there is a city called Dinotopia, and there is a king that says that the mammals are terrorists, but in the city they try to save Dinotopia. Is that a good story? Well, based on what you said, that sounds very interesting. I mean, I don't really know enough to say for sure if it's a good story or well told or not. It sounds like a good concept, a very good concept, for good foundation. Hopefully I can get out the Dino Cinema show so I can answer more of you and help you guys more in bulk so I don't have to just sit and talk individually because then it takes a lot of time to read through scripts and stuff like that, and I just don't have the time for that. But hopefully my series will come out relatively soon, and then you guys can see and learn from that Dino Cinema series so you guys can learn how to make better stories and know for yourself if it's good. Kiki, how long do you think this community will last? Forever. I mean, as long as there's a joy and an enjoyment for paleo and stuff like that, maybe the community might take a dip at some point. I don't see that happening because paleo is just like our paleo dino community here is not really like really fan base driven like Jurassic Park's community where there can be a lot of toxicity because of like decisions made in the films. Here it's just animals. We're just learning about animals. This is a community about our love for the actual animals, not Jurassic Park. That's a separate community. A lot of us love Jurassic Park. A lot of us love Godzilla and other things, you know, but those are other categories and other fan bases, other communities. This is just paleo, basically. And I don't think that'll ever die as long as there's an interest in learning about dinosaurs and other paleontological and prehistoric studies. As long as that lasts, I think this community will last. So I lost my Safari ink for 4-ish years or 4-ish weeks. Yep, I just left it on my desk for a night and it was gone. Then I knocked my lamp over by accident today and there it was. I want to kill my brother now. Oh my gosh. Please don't. Do you want to see a pic of me in a... That's interesting. Forever. When are you making the 4th of July special? I'm excited for it. It's not a 4th of July special. Just call it How a Dino's Party. It's just, that's the film. It's got a plot around 4th of July. And hopefully really soon, probably based on whether filming for Mesozoic Isle ends or something before that, Camo should get me the rest of the lines by the end of next week. So based on that, I'm guessing expect it within 3 weeks. That'd be a safe way to say it. Within 3 weeks. I'm saying that because I don't know how much time Mesozoic Isle's filming is going to take for me, but I want to get that out really soon because it's taking too long. But don't worry, it's coming soon. So within three weeks. So, you know, before the end of October. Before Dinosaur Island comes out. I feel that dip already happened when Bionicle ended season 3 and everyone thought it was over. Well, that was when like the whole community was basically just Bioniclesaurus though. Like it didn't really span too many other places besides like Matthew the Dinosaur King and a handful of other people that were a lot smaller. But yeah, Bioniclesaurus is basically he's still the forefront. But we have lifted a lot of the weight off of him, and so there's a lot more stuff to float on for the community. So it's not just him holding up the entire weight of the community. So if he takes a dip, it's not going to affect the whole community as a whole. There's other things to go to. So I don't think it'll ever happen like that again, fortunately. That hat, isn't that indeed? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Is something in Dino Nation? Oh, there we go. So we just hit 2 hours. So any last questions, guys? What will happen if all Dino Tubers were teleported to a nightclub? That would be freaking awesome for all of us to be in the same place. I already have a collaboration, the first ever Dino Tuber collaboration where 2 Dino Tubers are in the same place at the same time is going to be coming out soon. I've already done it. Okay? And I have more planned. I'm planning on visiting Spino Dude next year. And we also want to try to get a thing going between a bunch of us Dino Tubers in Washington. So don't worry, we're going to have a bunch of cool stuff like that happen. We're just going to have a lot of fun. But don't worry, there's something I already have that's already happened, and it's going to happen really soon. Yeah, that'll be really fun. And I mean, like, we're literally in the same place together. So that's pretty fun. You guys will get to see that. Aiden, you're really an inspiration to me. You motivate me to keep making videos, and I keep meeting people. You give me great advice, and I appreciate it. We need to video chat more often. Yes, we do. I wish I had more time. What the hell was that? Oh, it's a bead. I broke a preservative packet over by accident over my thing. I was throwing it away. There's beads. I'm still fighting this. Anyways, yes, we do need to talk more often, Delta. Absolutely. I'm gonna keep trying, but yet again, I'm really busy right now. Yeah, I think I noticed your message this morning, but I didn't really have time to respond to it because we've been cleaning up the house because an inspector came by to value our house today, so I didn't really have time to respond. Would you want to have a series VC in Discord? Oh, series voice chat in Discord. Oh, okay, I got you. I mean, are you talking about like a private one between you and I talking about stuff? I'd love to do that sometime. Yet again, I'm gonna have to find some time for it, so probably not right now. We're about to go out and do that thing, so yeah. I wonder what I'll get yet. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah. So I want to thank each and every single one of you guys. We don't have too many people right now, but thank you for all of you who actually did follow through all the way to the end of the stream. We kind of derailed off of Mesozoic Isle there for a bit. We got quite a bit of discussion in there. I'm glad you all enjoyed Mesozoic Isle, and I'm really glad you all spent the time here. We had a nice deep conversation today. And remember, I love you guys all, and keep doing what you're doing. And I hope to see you guys all in the next stream and the next video that I make. So I'll see you guys later, all right? I was in half of it. Great. Awesome to know you're here. All right. Bye-bye, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.